I'm supposed to be putting these videos out, even if they're not being heard. It's being recorded here. So 4 days ago, the Pope is addressing the problem of AI. See, now, you know your subject matter of narcissism that you love. Well, it's very important that we get it out there that this is going on. Why? Did you know that narcissists are the original AI? Yes, they are. It's probably known higher ups in court or law. Yeah, the language changes. They can call it artificial intelligence because that's what it is. Yes, it is. And right now we're outnumbered. There's an overpopulation of this type of an entity that is non-human, and they make money really well. See, money is the weapon. Now, see, because it's used to manipulate, right? I experiencing it in my real life. It's weird. It's like, ooh, but so it is AI, the narcissist, that that strives to make the money that is weaponry. So what the pontiff is saying, and I put the sign up already on this cover of this video, and you should read it. He's being very honest. He says that we must disarm AI. That means to take their money away. You do that by you have to play the game. You do digital ID. See, they're not really going to mention this. They have to, by intergalactic law, be very transparent, and they are. They're saying that we have to disarm AI, which is to take these people to court, kind of a thing, and it's horrible. You have to go to court and to disarm them. You have to. If you don't, we have 3 years to disarm these people and send them to reform, but no matter what, we're going to see hell of destruction of a society that is the AI non-human backdrop. They don't want that to be found out, that they're incubating that up. But by intergalactic law, they have to implement all this stuff because they're giving the human faction, which is very low in numbers. I'm a human being. I'm achieved as love. I'm a real presence here. I'm not a fake person. It's all around me, and they're insecure around how authentic they are. AI, they live, and they have weaponry that is money, most likely. See, they are very good money makers, and we have to take their money away. We go to court. Now you can go there. Who knows? Do you have are you up against one now? See, this is what you have to do, is you have to go general. You have to go on trial. You have to open it up. You're being found not guilty there anyway, but so you need to, fuck, it's a pain in the ass, right? Absolutely nobody in their right mind wants to go to court. See, it is the AI people and petty people, just people that don't know how to live. They need the court system. They go and they do all this rigmarole, and as of now, like say 2026 years later, that the first person was killed for just saying something, which was Christ Jesus. They are like career court case doers, right? They love to jostle people's lives around, even though they're halfway baked, like they don't really know what they're doing. All they know is that they want this attention, right? A narcissist doesn't care what kind of attention it is. They prefer hate. They prefer people being miserable, and they plug into that energy, and it makes them powerful to think that they put somebody down. See, that's why you want to take their money away. And you do that by, you have to, see, these are digits right here. These are digits. You have to start getting very definite with your words. The Pope has mentioned it. Look at the cover thing right here. This is blowing my fucking mind. He's saying, no, we need stronger words. We need words. You need to bring it up. And he's saying, can you figure it out? See, I figured it out. You capitalize anywhere, anytime. See, you don't know what capitalism is, right? You don't. No, they've been mentioning it for a while. You didn't know what a watch was for a while. They've been mentioning that for a while. But did it disappear from your perception? Fuck yeah, you don't even think about it. Now, when you see that, oh man, is the fucking population ever gonna like catch on? See, I'm being attacked and totally distracted. It's very hard for me to focus. Right now I'm going to court. Um, Otherwise, I would have wrote this article. I was told, it was like a year and a half ago that I was told to write this article and make it go viral. It's a certain kind, and if I meditate, I would write this certain article that has the upper cases that displays the simplicity, the message in it that is so timeless and amazing. And when content creators see this on YouTube, I was instructed to like just paste this article on their comments and say, look, you have to be aware of this. Well, I wasn't able to do that because in 3D, I am being distracted by people that can't give a shit about who I really am and what I'm doing. They'll come to my door and they don't even talk about any of an inkling of something that may have, like, did essential work only and saying, hey, that particular part, blah, blah, blah. They don't communicate anything. They have an agenda to distract me and drag me into their whatever it is. Now, okay, so let's get into the fact. Across the galaxy, see, I'm liaison from the Pleiades. I'm a general. Fact. We are extraterrestrial. See, they're also kind of blending that in the information, like we're waiting for disclosure. See, what happened is when I started displaying that I found the decoding system, there is when CERN and the entire, see, they know that, okay, they made contact already. They'll never say, ooh, she's the one who did it. Yay, hooray. No, they're just like, shh. Now what we'll do is we'll move forward in telling them, you must identify yourselves. Really, you have to, what do they want to do? Oh, they want to disarm AI, which means to take the money away from these people that are growing lawns on national debt. But here's what the synthetic AI is going to do for us kids. It's going to track these people down that don't make sense. And that's why the pontiff and or the pope, and that's why Elon Musk and even the brother and sister who invented the it's not them, they are puppets representing. They have to put puppets in front, and those people do not know. They are under heavy mind control. They're not really human yet, awake. They are programmed to, they stand in front of the crowd with their, pardon me while I adjust this about my fucking cat doing this thing. Talk about distractions. Woo! Babes, I'm putting this up because I did the right thing. If I posted it all over my Facebook, I did the right thing. There are narcissists on this plane that is the original AI. They're really good money makers, and they use material and money to manipulate, even into marriages, women. And you see, it kind of doesn't work. Women are ripping them off, and then, or vice versa. See, a woman can be AI and or a narcissist, but if she's diagnosed with that, technically she's psychopath because of her position of true power. And it could be dangerous for the men that she's around, and also she could just pump out kids and then ruin their life. So all of this needs to be, so you have to have a proper education to know how to make an actual human civilization, and we don't have that. It's been kidnapped. And see, they are doing it kind of like, oh, it's illegal, but so they get washed away, but they keep rising up, and they're doing it again. They have been very effective in imprisoning us all in this AI narcissistic environment where it's like, oh, I don't want to do that for money, but they will. So you have to disarm them, take their money away. That's what the Pope is saying. And the way that you do that is you have to take them to court and sue them. You just say no, and you stay in court. See, it's weird that I find myself in court battling the artificial intelligence. It's true. They are fake people. It's if you look at it, if you look, I have a real yard, I have real, and then fake. They have they've done an overlay of the fake, which AI would look at it and say, so you're using water in a drought to water a lawn, and then you're mowing it, doing all this work, like 3 hours a day probably. Nope. You are to put 3 hours a day contributing to the whole growing food. See, if you're not doing that during maritime war, AI would look at that and say, this person doesn't make sense. Zap! Take their money away and either put them in reform or exterminate them. Now it takes me back to the scene where they're so-called, okay, was it a man that Jesus was? And see, the story is how Mary, she was so disgruntled and upset, right? That her son, and it's like, babe, get over it. What happened? Mary, don't you weep. These things are expendable. You can have 3 more. See how the the imagery comes up and it snaps, and really she could back down and say, you're right, and wipe her tears and say, I need to go to my sisters and and try to do this again. I didn't pay attention to what I was reproducing with, and this thing here had to go. And the church at the time displays, no, we don't use these things. See, but anyway, we don't know. We really don't know. We know that, no, really, that person, whoever it was, if it was a man or a woman, it was holding up a cure. It was saying scientifically, no, this is how we do it. And the AI said exterminate it. The original AI is the non-human entity that has meaninglessness. They don't make sense. Now, I'll be putting up some David Adele. He's very good in just absolutely telling you, no, these people are not human. See, you don't know that, right? The church knows that. They know that they have bred, they've managed to manufacture artificial intelligence in the form of narcissists. And they make great money, which is the weaponry. And see, that's where the central banking is kind of like really, it's really computerized to kind of, it's really peaking in like the utopia, right? You see it. And now they're saying, well, this needs to stop. The actual centers that would go in are actually going to stop it. See what I'm saying? Now I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Even though there's going to be a lot of wipeout, and civilization is not going to be the same after 20 years. My efforts are recorded here, and that's all you have to do is just, at least you said something, at least you alerted the population, at least you tried to change perception. It's impossible, though, because much of the population, even the human faction, they're blindly thinking, well, I think I should listen to the mainstream, not Barbie doll over there who seems to be looking like she's always on crack or methamphetamine or heroin. It's like, no, I'm always being attacked. I am going on trial to defend myself from these attacks. Loveless people that have affected my life immensely, that I have to slow down this whole thing because they're trying to run me through a grinder. I'm like, no, you can do that, but I want to be heard. Yeah, I don't mind the jail time. Like I said in one video, it kind of protects me at this point. I don't have any support. And that place is not anywhere you would desire to go, but did you know that everybody in there is innocent? Or they're being turned into a criminal because of for 2,000 years, anyway, it's mind-boning shit. And that's where we know a lot is going to change. Oh, it's gonna be beautiful because people are going to realize more that, no, this is not military encampment and hell warming over. This is what's necessary. This is our save. We get rid of these unreasonable people that don't know how to live. They are hallucinating that they're so separate, right? Narcissists think that they're an individual. Oh, no, nobody's like me. And it's like, no, see, they don't, it's not like they know their uniqueness. No, they feel like they're the only ones that have been experiencing this in their trauma of their childhood, and they, and it's like, babes, everybody has gone through something, okay? Now you have a profound responsibility to turn yourself on as a PC, rewire yourself, right? You can. But the narcissist is kind of a glitched out computer, and what it is see, their brains are geared in the back here. It's mainly the survival mode, the reptilian, and they say, okay, so all I got to do is just make money, pay the bill, and then I can control all these people. Okay, I'll do it. And that's what's happening. It's not very deep. It's very, very like cold, and the people that are held hostage under somebody who who is working cerebrally, is just saying, I just got to do this, 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 and then I get the plaque, and then I get the picture, and then I get the status. And it's very surface. Deep down, no, these people are miserable. Everybody knows that a household that has a narcissist in it, it's a cold environment. It is nobody's talking. It's they put on a good front at the holidays, and they pull back, and then it's like whatever. And then the narcissist is always flighty, doing this and that. They can't stay still. Whoever they have as a domestic partner tied to the fucking oven over there, usually women. See, the reason why that there's inflammation, mainly happening in women, and inflation financially, is because of the overpopulation that is AI. See, we have to disarm AI now. See, I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to go to court and really drag it out and say, and by the way, this needs to, I need restitution pay. But if I drag in the fact that all these other neighbors did an act of AI, which is to grab a free deal, and see, I need to put this all, see, a class action case can be opened up, their monies can be taken away, and it has to. You have to take their money away, and then you kind of you punish them by making them know that they were wrong, and then say, now what do you think? You can give them a deal. You can say, well, if you want to bring your buddies back that had the tractor, scoop every pebble of that toxic waste up, because we're kind of practicing now on the earth. We're trying to stop being that stupid. It's artificial intelligence that has been allowed to build even New York and everything that you see as an overlay of the world. And that's why, if you look at the teachings of Christ and some of this Christianity, they say, oh, fuck the world. Get out. It's not yours. It's back away from that, kids. Don't take the money or the materialism very seriously. It's a game. And then when it gets into suffering, no, you drop it and you be present with each other. No, it's not important. The money, none of it. Let's be with each other. That's what the teachings of Christ would say. See, and there's a reason. It's because it's not entrained right. See, the money is to do entrainment into the God we trust thing, but it's so hijacked right now. So I hope you get the gist. You have to digitally ID yourselves, and I'm showing you the decoding system, and I'm about to see that sentence. There's sentences I wrote. See, I'm not in my very concentrative mind, because when you're being abused around you and distracted and gaslit, I'm having to complain now about the injury of brain damage, because it's pretty frightening. But see, if I relearn to play my music, if I just play my music, it will reconnect the synapses in my brain, and I'll be able to be more functional about, I should have written that article a year and 2 years ago. It was very, very urgent that said, now this is what you do, you're on it. And I would have posted that article, and somebody, see, not everybody can see those capital letters, babes. The narcissist cannot see the capital letters, and they can't put meaning behind it. They can't do a puzzle. They are very much not there, and that's why you want to disarm them, because they are defending a false self. I hope that this gets out, babes. It's time to regroup. I am not going to sell out quite yet. I happen to think that people need to come to me and say, no, let's just sit on this, and because there's going to be a massive genocide going on of the non-human entity. Now, you can be converted. See, they say that 92% are teetering right now. It used to be only 80% that are teetering on narcissism. But when they announced the COVID-19, it created a sensation. And the narcissist, their like level up in their evolutionary process is because they're upside down and backwards in the universe. Their upstep in success is to become a sadomasochist, and that's what happened with the COVID-19. Narcissists were like, you mean I can, when they found out that they can tell people to put their mask on over their nose because I don't want to get sick or something like that, that's sadomasochism. They graduated into, you mean I can reinforce this on people and be this thing, like especially if they own a business, like how that I was kicked out of the laundromat by this woman that it's like, I kind of observed her for a while, and I could see it's like, ooh, these people. See, artificial intelligence, the human kind, they don't mind working like 8-hour days, 12 days a week. They have quagmire of needing to go in and do inner work about their human status and how far are they or far away are they in human relationships and figuring that out. And they would rather go and run off to work than to face each other and be a decent presence. See, they're putting a mask on now, right? Literally putting a mask on to go make the money. And so you don't really have it's just, thank you. It's called a transfer. See, there's a terminology called transferring to in the energetic world of the narcissist, and they transfer upon you, and they take you away, and they be you, and then they transfer the hell onto you. That's real. It is. And so look at David Adele. There's an effort to acknowledge that there's two types here. There's the human being and the non-human. You better get into it, and then digitally, you have to use your fingers. See, they're kind of fun, the way that they talk to you about it. They know that you're a bunch of kids and you'll never see, you have to be a kid and say, oh, you mean I can use my fingers now and capitalize whenever I want? Yes, it's time to do capitalism. You didn't know what that word meant until now. You didn't know what the word watch meant until, can you see what your watch is doing now? And you didn't know what the word typing means until, do you know what type means? Babes, that's the way it is. That's how predetermined it is around here. That's how like simple it's going to be. If we can go, I say it's not viral, but say, let's give that contact high now. That's what the human being is possible of doing. You give contact highs. You're bumping each other back into play through truth, saying it's just a celebration, and you're staying buoyant with it. The truth is the same for all. The narcissist is like, what's the truth? What's reality? They don't know. They have no meaning. They are upside down and backwards if you really look. So it's time to take their money away. They're in positions of power over there. It's time to de-weaponize them. Otherwise, they're getting all happy with their dystopia, sadomasochistic, like boot stomping, fucking. What do we do next to really extinct the human side to make them miserable? To keep up this business of illness and disease, please listen to what I'm saying. A man's intelligence is brought up just to the level of the intelligence of the women he is being present to. I mention that because in my videos I'm displaying that we should put the woman back into society, at least because she's doing quality control in these households that, like this guy that poured asphalt next door, where's his woman? Where's his leader? No. The draconian non-human AI entity, when they do man, they are doing hold her hostage. There, I got her. She's gonna work for me now. And they could have affairs over there because they're just that woman has no say so at all. So diseases can happen. She's already diseased. That's just the way it is. Communications prevents diseases.